Welcome. Okay, back to regular format. Everybody tell me where you're from, what galaxy, planet, bridge, river, ocean, island, canal, vicinity, borough, township, village, mountain, hill, cave. You are from swamp. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try to talk less and write more. It'll be like I'm typing comments too, but mine are in color. That's the perk you get if you're controlling the camera. So I have to save my voice, but I still have to see you guys at least once a week. During the Friday night show or even Sunday night, I can get away with not talking because I'm making stuff with my fingers. But this time, I want to see you guys face to face or face to comment name. So I'm going to see if I can supplement the talking with, yes, sign language. Like so. Did that come out clear? That's not coming out backwards, is it? It looks backwards to me. If it looks backwards to you, then we're in trouble. Thank you, Shanana. 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 Herrera. Goodbye. Okay, it looks normal. That's good. What about now? Does that look right? Shanana, you can get my opinion on anything. Sun sees your body? Depends how much you sunbathe, how little clothing you sunbathe, and how much the sun sees your body. How much is the sun a voyeur to you? This is vitamin C pill. Or is it? So, you are free to ask anything you want. You are free to speak on any topic you desire. I'll try to answer you in language, whether speaking or favorite. I know you're British, Amanda, or you're not from the US the way you spell favorite. Anything with ground beef, anything deep fried with breading or pizza. I don't know. I don't think you can send pictures on this. You'll have to join the Facebook group. Look for Matt's Crazy Art Facebook group. Type in Matt's Crazy Art group. Join. Then you can send photos of stuff. New Zealand. Isn't that like one of England's satellite islands? Isn't there a Zealand? There's probably a Zealand already in England. And then they're like, let's take over this little island and call it New Zealand. Isn't New Zealand like Diet Australia? Isn't New Zealand where they filmed Lord of the Rings? Copper is a wonderful metal. It's strong but flexible. You can bend it and twist it around and around and around, and it's very hard to break it. But it's strong, unlike aluminum, which is too flimsy. So copper has a lot of good properties. Most people are not allergic to it. It's pretty good for the skin as far as most people know. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the Facebook group making those stone chip trees. Yes. You can make a mask with just a sock. It's really fun. You just take your sock. It's so easy. It's so easy to fall in love with the sock mask. You take your sock and you cut it here and here. And then you have this rectangle, but it's a rectangle with a hollow tube going through it. So then you cut here and here, and these two tabs stretch out to go around your ears. And this hollow flat, it's like a rectangle, but it has two sides with a hollow part. Well, then you fold up a paper towel or get a coffee filter and you slide it in for extra protection. So it ends up inside like this. An instant mask. Sell them to your friends for $1 each. Use all your old socks you can't find partners for. Make a really pretty one. Sell it to your friend for $1, and then after they put it on their face, say, I was wearing those socks when I went through the cow manure last month. Now I washed them, but I don't think it got it all out. And just make sure you have the camera turned on to catch their expression. And then send the footage to me, and I will try to use it. Yeah, I know it's called the Tree of Life. You take a whole bunch of wire, really thin wire, and you wrap it, a whole bunch of pieces. You wrap it to make a trunk, and then you separate them by 2, and then two more, and then two more to make branches, and you twist them each time, and at the ends you put little crystals, if you want, on the end, little tiny chips, and usually wrap the whole thing around either a circle or a big flat stone behind it. Shanana. Just type in Matt's Crazy Art Group. You have to type in the word group. You'll see a painting of a blue guitar. I put the link in the description, but I don't know how to do things like that. That's for smart people. Hi, Diva D. Diva A, B, and C haven't been showing up, so I'm glad you're here. Hi, Tracy Lee Strickland. Another way you can make a mask, this is very helpful. Take a bra you don't like, cut it in half, and get a couple safety pins. 2 masks, right there. Also could be used as a flirting device. If you're wearing your bra mask, and you could sidle up to some guy, 6 feet away, of course, and say, "Excuse me, in case you haven't noticed, the very attractive covering on my face will tell you a great deal about what you might find down the road, should this conversation lead further." After many respectable dates, of course. Or, if you're an enterprising young fellow, you could bring your scissors to the bar, careful not to just fling them out in public, and don't run with them. But you could say, "Excuse me, madame, I can't help notice that you seem to be in need of a mask. Now, I'm going to offer you a chance to have 2 masks that I'm guessing already fit you quite well. If you would like to know more about this, then maybe we can talk a little further." And that's when you bring the scissors out and just chop, 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 chop. It's not creepy if you do it right. Chop, 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 chop. So I've just given you 2 dating hacks for all of you looking to score some eligible young ladies or gentlemen. And trust me, they both work. They both work to a degree. Work is a loose definition. Yes, technically any piece of fabric attached to any piece of elastic band or bands could be a mask. So you could play poker, but instead of, that game of poker that non-reputable people play, where every time someone loses a hand, they're obligated to have a consequence that we're not going to talk about because it's non-reputable and we're all reputable people. Well, you could play that kind of poker, but you can call it mask poker. And so every time someone loses, they have to take an article of clothing and create a mask. And to make it even more interesting, say all the losers, say there's more than 2 people, and only one person wins, obviously, all the losers have to take an article of clothing, create a mask, and pass it down to the person to their left, and that person has to wear the new mask. Aha! Now we're talking. Is that... I mean, I'm making the world a safer place. Just think of all of the non-spreading of anything we don't want to spread will be accomplished. You could say, and then every time, every new hand, everybody passes their mask down to the next person. So you're wearing your mask, you're protecting everyone from you, and then you take it off and you give it to the next person, and they get to wear your mask and protect everyone from them and from you, because they're keeping your germs safe against their face, far away from everyone else. And then by the time it passes all the way around, you can just congratulate each other at how safe you've made the world. Mask poker. It's going to be copyrighted soon and taken, but you'll know you got it here. You learned it here first. Mask poker. Ha ha ha! Monsters Muse. It's like mask roulette. Sun sees your body. Is that true? Did you see this? Oh, it will be rapturous, I guarantee. No, no. Do rich people in England really laugh like that? No, no. Let's ask the New Zealander. She's kind of English by way of Australia, by way of the little island that could. Or did I drive her away by teasing her? Is she still here? I think she's gone. Goodbye, New Zealand. It was nice having you. Oh, there she is. Amanda, did you know, and did all of you know, that there are no longer 7 continents? I'm doing shadow puppets in case you're wondering. There are now 8 continents. Now, the amount of scientific explanation that goes into this blows me away. Because, oh yes, there's an 8th continent, and Amanda is smack dab in the middle of it. NASA imaging from, I want to say telescopes, satellites, showed that the ocean floor around New Zealand, greatly around New Zealand, way out around the ocean, is not actually ocean floor, but is actually land that got submerged a little bit, a little while ago, a few hundred or thousand years ago. But it's actually, there's a different type of earth crust where the land is and where the oceans are. It's not just that the water happens to be there. There's different, very specific different types of earth crust. And, you know, they're referred to as plates. And when they slide against each other, that makes earthquakes and volcanoes and other fun stuff, mountain ranges. So they found an 8th continent, and it is, it's in the ocean surrounding New Zealand. New Zealand is actually just like a mountain peak sticking out from this submerged continent, and they're calling it Zealandia. Not making this up. Sounds like I totally made it up out of some fairy tale movie. That was very smart, Amanda. But here's the ridiculous part of it. How is Europe and Asia two separate continents? If we're going to be all sciencey, the difference between Europe and Asia is political, is national. It is not earth crust-ish. They are not two separate plates. It's one plate, as far as I know. And here's another one. What country is what continent is Russia in? Russia is technically considered part of Europe in a way, but it's completely in Asia. It takes up more of Asia than any other country. So why are Russians not referred to as Asians? Oh, pass the tea biscuits, please. Ask Amanda to do it. She's from Zealandia. She's technically subservient to our snobbery. Amanda, be a good little chapette and fetch us some of the tea strimpets and biscuits, please. So how is it an eighth continent? Because technically, Europe and Asia are one continent, so it would be, we had 6 continents, and Zealandia is the 7th. Now, here's another fun one. There's different definitions of a continent. I believe Madagascar actually is a separate plate, but it's too small to fit in with continents. It's like got kicked out of the party for being not big enough, kind of like Pluto got downgraded to dwarf planet. Greenland, which is much bigger than Madagascar, I believe. Greenland, which is pretty sizable, is actually connected to North America. The water flowing between Greenland and Canada is again just water flowing over a land plate. So if the water's drained just a little bit, there would quickly be a land bridge, I guess, between Greenland and Canada. And who really cares? Because when you get up that far north, it's so cold, and it was named Greenland to trick people to voyage there. Look up this one, Beverly. Greenland was named by its discoverer, what's the word? Deceitfully, to get more people to move there, because it is not green at all. It is icy and white and snowy all the time. Around the coastal areas, it's a little bit green, but it's mostly not friendly, habitable area. It's frozen. It's a frozen tundra. It was nicknamed Greenland to trick people. Whereas Iceland is much warmer and friendlier and much more habitable. But yeah, if you're going to live in northern Canada or Greenland, then I don't know what to tell you. You probably just have snowmen for friends. Amanda, you were not taught that. People in New Zealand don't get the same education. I think you just Googled that. Well, this is the 5th refill, so I figured by the time I finish this, I better be hydrated. Well, it was water. Or was it? Now you'll never know. So everyone know how to make your sock mask and your bra mask? Could come in handy. You could land yourself an eligible beau. Why is beau spelled like the first 4 words of beauty? Do you want your beau to be a beauty? Do we cut other words off like that? My, that damsel is so pretty. But that man over there, he is a pre. What a pre. It would be funny though to go into places without a mask until you get yelled at, and then say, "Oh, I have one right here." There we go. And see what the store manager does, and then after they let you go, just let go and it'll elastic back. And then you say, "You're not wearing it again." You say, "Well, I'm wearing it like all of you wear it." Like half the people in stores now wear their mask like this. My mask is protecting my chin from corona. Monsters, Muse, you're a little too smart for us. Do you know Muse is French too? Do you know 60% of the words in English are from French? It's just the big words, not the little ones. And the little ones are what we need to communicate. It and the, he, she, you, all those words that make language work, even work, are not usually French. They're usually Germanic or something else. But the big words, the adjectives, a lot of the adjectives, a lot of the adverbs, magnifique, incessante, intéressante. Just change the ending and change the pronunciation. They're all from French. And I'm not just saying that. They literally are from French. 60%. Sha-na-na-na. Just ask. I'll give you my opinion. My opinion is that you should make a song about your name that goes sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na, Herrera, goodbye. Oh, Norway, that figures. And McAfee, of course. Or McAfee. I thought he was stuck on, I thought he was at large on the ocean on a boat, because like the US is after him to arrest him for 17 different things. Shanna, join the Facebook group, Matt's Crazy Art group. You must join. If you put a comment, Shanana, put a comment on one of my other videos and say, "Hey, it's me, Shanana," and I'll give you the link. I can put a link in the comment. I'll give you a link to the video, or go to any of my videos and look in the description and you'll see a link to the Facebook group. You will see it. Oh, Monsters Muse posted it. Well, so much for communicating through writing. I brought all this paper with me thinking I was just going to write all night. Didn't happen. And I brought all these markers. I have a group and a page. You don't want to go to the page. The page has another painting of like crystalline colors shooting out everywhere. Don't go there. You want to go to the one with the blue guitar. That's the group. You have to type in the word group. I have to finish up the homeschooling series. Thanks for reminding me. Look at Diva. Diva has the opening pickup lines. She just sidles right up to somebody in a bar, 6 feet away, of course, and says, "Yes, show us your stuff." And then she goes right into the line about how you can make a mask out of a bra and what that means. And Oh, well, we are semi-informally, sort of not really sponsored by Parawire.com, so I'll give them a little plug because they sent me like a paltry amount of free wire, a ridiculously tiny amount, way less than some of my friends have sent me for free, but Parawire.com. Go to the website, or during business hours, they're in New Jersey, so during Eastern Standard business hours, call them on the phone. They have 3 people who answer the phone. 2 of them are very nice. That's all I'm going to say. If the person answering the phone is not very nice, hang up and call on a different day. You gave me a great idea, Caroline. I'm going to order a Batman mask. I'm going to order a Batman mask. Going into a store wearing a Batman mask. What does it cover? Or rather... Don't worry, you're all safe. I'm wearing a mask. I can't talk like Batman, though. I'll kill my throat again. I was going to get my dinosaur mask, but I can't breathe in that thing. It's worse than anything. And I can't really see very well either. I can only see like this much. So, Batman mask it is. Oh, this is going to be so... Yeah, Lone Ranger mask. I'm going to write that down too. Amanda, is New Zealand beautiful? You should really talk up New Zealand more. People try to pick on you guys too much, and it's inappropriate. Oh, I managed to stay out of jail this long. I did go to jail when I was 16, but that was just for a few hours. It was kind of a misunderstanding, but... Is it beautiful because it's full of bows? Like B-E-A-U-S? Is New Zealand full of eligible, hunky, young gentlemen who you'd like to sidle up next to in a bar and say, "Hey, Mr. Bow, can I tell you about how you can make a mask out of a bra? Would you like to know more?" "6 feet away." Strangers in the night, exchanging pickup lines, 6 feet away, out of sight. It's not a robbery, so they're not stick-up lines. Telling jokes about masks. They're strangers if you ask. Oh, they featured your bracelets. Oh, did they? Well, that's nice. There you go, Shanana. I shall now, after this broadcast, try to find your comment and give you a link. Not a link to a chain, but a link to a group. French, Latin. French is a Latin language, as is Spanish and Italian. So, okay, coming from French, perhaps it's better to say French and English share 60% of their words. Because technically, modern English didn't get their words from modern French. They both got their words from ancient Latinish, Latinisa, Latinasho, Latinasuso type languages. You'll find the same thing: Italian, Spanish, more Italian and French. Here's the funny thing is that Italian and Spanish are so close that a Spaniard and an Italian man, what do they call an Italian man? An Italian bro. An Italian beau. A Spaniard and an Italian beau could speak to each other, each in their own language, and understand most of the conversation without any attempt to translate. Au revoir, Miss L. Fabio. So if a Spaniard and a Fabio met in a bar, the Fabio could speak Italiano and the Spaniard could speak Espagnole, and they would understand each other quite well. French is also derived from tomato base with syrupy sweet additives and a few little spices. Did you know that? And Russian is derived from Thousand Island, which is derived from Big Mac sauce. Oh, Tracy Lee, I'm so happy. I don't know what you're going to do with pencils, but I know you'll think of something. Hello, listen for vision. You could make a big mask with depends. You could cut eye holes in it. Make sure you get the label off the bag and tape it across the front so it says depends. So many great ideas for masks. This is so great. Anne Corbell, is that true of Italianos? I don't know if that's true. We'll have to ask them. But if we ask them in English, they won't know what we're asking. All right, Shanana, na, 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 na. I shall see your comment shortly, most likely. Hey, mambo, mambo italiano. Oh, I need more water. Why did I bring so little? Simply Lucian. We're discussing how Simply Lucian, did you know you can make a mask for yourself out of an old sock, or you could make 2 masks out of a bra? And you can use that knowledge as effective pickup lines at a bar, regardless of whether you are the damsel attempting to pick up the beau or the stud attempting to pick up the mademoiselle. You could go either way. It could say, hey, big stud, 6 feet away. Do you know that I'm wearing right now what could possibly be made into 2 masks for each of us? Maybe if this night goes a little bit more alcoholic than we were planning. But respectable people shall wait many dates after, of course. And likewise, the big stud guy could say, hey, little pretty mama, did you know that since we are both missing masks, but you apparently appear to be someone who is in ownership of a device that could possibly be turned into 2 different masks, that we shall be free from corona, and you will be free in more ways. Oh my goodness, what was in that pill? Was that just vitamin C? I think it was something different. Hey, mambo, Italiano, hey, mambo. Anyway, simply Lucian, this is how you make a mask out of a sock. You cut it here and here, and then you cut halfway 2 slits here, and then you pull, these 2 become the bands that go around your ears, and then you take a coffee filter and slide it in the cavity that's formed from this spot. Instant mask. Or you could go the original way, and go to a bar and sidle up next to somebody 6 feet away and say, hey, you good looking, why don't the 2 of us get out of here and get to some mask making, if you know what I'm saying. After a respectable amount of dates, of course. When I see you smile, I can face the world. Whoa, you know I can do anything. When I see you smile, baby, when I see you smile. You could make a t-shirt mask. You can make a t-shirt mask, and then with water you could have a contest. Oh my goodness, I don't think that was vitamin C. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my, oh my, oh me. You could have a t-shirt mask after making. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Did I get your message today? I'm about 6 hours of messages behind. So if you left your message in the last 6 to 10 hours, I probably didn't see it. But I plan to. I plan to catch up. I see comments from videos in order that they were put up, not based on which video you put them in. So you could put a comment on a video from 2 years ago, and I'll see it today if you post it today. That's how my magical skills work. Allison, we're going a little too far there. Nobody insinuated what you're commenting is insinuating necessarily. Although if somebody did insinuate that particular person is creating a disclaimer of sorts against such hypotheses that this was the noted intended meaning behind the last 30 minutes of dialogue. Ah, simply Lucien Desma. Allison, that's enough. No more of that word. We're not adding that word into the equation with everything else going on right now. I always think Allison Twist O'Neill is a character from a storybook. What a character storybook name. Okay, I'm gonna go get more water. Nobody say anything naughty. Look at those New Zealanders. Just, you can't corral them. You can't learn them. You can't force respectability into them. They're just wilder than ever. Wild New Zealanders. A little too free-spirited, you know. So I hope I've given you all some things to think about next time you go to a bar and you need to sidle up next to some delectable-looking individual 6 feet away. Yay, divine creations. Ah, there's my dear barefoot hippies. I'm working on your card still. I'm going to be working on it all this next 2 months. We're going to get it to you hopefully by the next holiday. And Thanksgiving might not be counted as a holiday, so the next one after that. I was working on it today. I got a lot of it done. How many songs say have hello? Hello again, hello. It's good to let you know I think about you all the time. Da 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 da. Hello, hello. Is it me you're looking for? 'Cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. Are you somewhere feeling maskless, or is someone loving you with their mask that they made out of their clothing? Tell me how to win your heart. I have to pick a key here. I'm on like 7 different keys. 'Cause I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying, do you know you can make a mask out of several things that you might be wearing? 6 feet away. And then there's, hello from the other side. I must have screamed 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your mask, but when I did, I couldn't help it. It was quite a task. Cats have been known to respond interestingly to this live show. They get excited or terrified usually. What is cutching? What is this now? You could shift the pronunciation. You could shift the emphasis and say ka-ching like a cash register. But cutching, it sounds like bonding, like bonding with or without touching is cutching. I don't know. I should make some really scary cat noises, but that would hurt my voice. Kissing and cutching and touching and loving, just kissing and hugging. That da 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 da. That won't get you into his arms. So if you're looking to find true love is, all you gotta do is hold him and kiss him and catch him and tell him that you care. Tell him that you care just for it. Give him a mask, 'cause that's what he likes. Show him how you make your mask, 'cause you won't get him touching and a cutching, kissing and a hugging. Just sidling in up to the person in the bar, 6 feet away. That is only the start. That won't get you into his heart. So if you're looking to find true love is, all you gotta do is poke him and sneeze on him and make a mask for him and tell him that you care. Why, thank you, Simply Lucian. We're back on Facebook again. Poke. So-and-so poked you 17 times and you haven't responded yet. Remember that? That was so weird. Amanda, is that true? Oh, Urban Dictionary. You could not leave them a monetary tip, but you could give them an advisory tip. You could say, I'm not leaving you any tip for being my server tonight, my waitress. However, I will leave you the tip that you could make a mask out of several things you're wearing right now. If you'd like to learn more, then you can just follow me out. Imagine if people did that in real life. Like, if somebody wanted to be friendly to someone else, they just poked them. And then the other person saw and decided they wanted to return the friendliness, so they poked them back. And then, like, over the course of several days, they just poked each other every time they passed, like on their way to the water cooler or something. Wouldn't that be a weird thing? Holy, she put her thumb in the mashed potato. How could you not feel that? Even if you're like trying to hold on to the bowl and you accidentally get your finger over the edge, like, how could you not feel that you were touching wet potatoes? You said she kept doing it? Like, she did it more than once? Or she did it for an extended amount of time? It was gross or glorious? Are you sure you spelled that right? Did you want an L in there and a O and an R? And you couldn't just, well, you could find her thumb. If she really got her thumb in there, you could find the indentation in the potatoes. And then you could just scoop that part out and leave it on the side, like on the side of a dish. And when she came back and said, "Can I take anything away?" you could say, "Yes, and that is for you. That's part of your tip. You get some of the potatoes. You already got your fingerprint there. You already marked it for yourself." And she'll say, "Oh, so gracious. I was actually very hungry, and they don't let us eat till our shift is over." Oh, her nail? Did she have like long fake nails? She like got her nail all the way. Oh, that's even worse. Why does it not gross me out that she put her finger in it, but her nail is like worse? Especially if it was fake. That's even worse. That's so weird. We're so strange, us humans. Animals don't care. Animals drop their food on the floor and eat it. They do other things to their food and eat it. They do worse things to their food and eat it. They uneat their food and re-eat it. Why are we so perturbed by little things like this? Well, animals also get sick and don't know what to do about it. Animals don't have clever pickup lines like, "Hey, you over there, 6 feet away. Did you know that you can make a mask in several different ways?" Would you like to know more? 6 feet away. Well, of course, Beverly, because one has quite an element of humor to it, whereas the other has very little humor. We are approaching the hour, my dears and dearettes and dearos. Unfortunately, I cannot do the 2 hours anymore. I have to rest my voice, especially since I was planning on doing everything by holding up signs and it didn't get very far. So, you see my one-way sign and my one-way sign in my writing. So, ask me anything else you've been meaning to ask, or state anything you've been meaning to state, and I shall be logging off momentarily. I have to go find a bar that's open so I can sidle up next to somebody and say, "Excuse me, have you heard the many ways that you and I could share a mask or make a mask?" Oh, when a cat brings you a bug, you're supposed to honor the cat and say, "Thank you, wonderful hunter," and take the bug and just put it in your mouth. You don't have to chew it or swallow it. You just put it in your mouth till the cat sees that you accepted his gift or her gift, and then you nod politely, and then the cat meows. You pet the cat. "Thank you, cat." And then you let the cat go back out, and then when the cat's not looking, you spit it in a napkin, throw it away. No harm, no foul. That's the correct procedure to show a cat that you value their ability to provide for the family. I will try to look. I don't go on Facebook much. I've been staying away. But a lot of people will comment and tell you what they think. That's why it's great to post stuff in the group. Okay? But I will try to remember to look. I just can't promise Shanana, even though your name is amazing. Shanana, Shanana, Herrera, goodbye. Ooh, ka-ching. And Corbell. Good night, everybody. Sleep tight, sleep well, rest well, do well. Enjoy the rest of your week, evening, meeting strangers in bars, expounding to them 6 feet away your newfound knowledge of items that could protect you from things. Good night.